Hey guys, this is a special edition of Cooking with Polinar and Mans and Luca. So this is just before our hangout, and we need some food. So today we're doing the beef stroganoff, my version. Please don't break anything. So we just need a lot of meat. It's beef, whatever kind is good. Even the cheap one. You need some mushrooms, a lot of onions, beer of course, and some other spices and stuff. So we start with dicing the onions and dicing the mushrooms. So I have two helpers here, and I need to get those big chunks of meat to a smaller size.
Дали се най-мислият пърстен от Режен Кенни Гол. Ето камера страна.
So after successfully making a big mess and dicing everything, it's time for step 2. Taking a shot. Mansa, please, if you will. That's a very nice vintage honey schnapps. It's not mead. It's really good. It's proper schnapps.
It's medicine.
Yeah, it's medicine, of course. One for Luca, one for me, and one for Mansa. Wait.
Obraz mi pušča.
Yeah, we are all crying because of the onion and because Jesus died.
Once eye massage.
No, please don't. Zdravje. So step 3, we need to season the meat and then put it on a hot skillet. Pepper. And of course our favorite salt. Massage the meat. So now you put the biggest skillet that you got on the biggest flame. Yeah, unfortunately that's it for us. The biggest flame that you have, and put some oil in it and just wait. Like, forget about it. Like, really, I mean, forget about it. Get into another room and go check something on your computer. So, like I said, the oil is already smoking. It's really hot, almost burning. And now we introduce our beef to the pan. And, yeah, the right temperature. Come closer. Look at the meat. So our, do I have to shout? I don't know if they can hear me. So our goal here is to brown the meat. It has to have a crust. It has to be a bit darkened to get that flavor out. Just spread it out and leave it for a couple of minutes so it sticks on the pan, and then scrape it out, and then we'll see. And now it's time for step 5, right? Step 5, take your ingredients. So take the beer and bring the beer and watch the meat cook. When you almost finish your beer and when the meat reduced a lot of, almost all of its juices. That doesn't sound good, but yeah. When there's almost no water here, you have to introduce some flour because it has starch in it. And what the starch does is it soaks up the liquid. Like this, maybe a bit more to make it more creamy and more of the sauce. So it soaks up the liquid and it dries it up and it makes a good crust. You know, it goes golden yellow and that crust gives it a really good taste. Look at this precision guided stirring. As you can see, no liquid at all, and this will start to brown, hopefully. And this is also a good time to introduce some flavors. For example, we have a ground chestnut.
Onion?
It's not onion.
Garlic.
Garlic, yeah, ground garlic. We can also introduce some paprika, sweet. Ooh, it's already sticking. You see, the meat is still too raw. It's jumping out of the pan. And for good health, we need a big stick of butter. When we cook, we always use butter, a lot of it. Hydrating, and now when this starts to brown, we can also add some soy sauce. Soy sauce is really good because it has a MSG in it, and MSG is a flavor enhancer. Like this. Okay, so now after meat is thoroughly browned, so it has all these nice flavors that are... Okay, crisis averted. So when it has all of these nice flavors, you reserve it on a plate, and we start with browning the onions. Oh crap. Oh, Mans will be so happy.
Heresy.
Okay. And this beautifully chopped onion made by Luca goes into the pan. And now pretty much the same thing. You brown the onions so they get flavor, you season them, and then after some time when they are browned, you also introduce the mushrooms and cook. Simple. So Mansa and Luca are already watching Harry Potter, so I'm alone with this. When the onions look that they are ready, it's time to open the fridge and take another beer and wait for the onions some more. Trust me, the onions need to be brown, almost burnt, because that gives it the flavor. Fuck. When you burn the onions, quickly introduce the mushrooms. Shit. Okay. So when you burn everything, there's a nice trick that you can do. Just take a big lid and just cover everything and leave it there. Like this. And hopefully, when I uncover this, it'll be fine. But in between, I recommend hydrating, just for safety. Ooh, like I said, the lid makes everything better. So the master manager is here and he has a good advice. I was hydrating all the time, but I also need to hydrate the sauce. So I'll just take some beer and I'll hydrate the sauce. Hopefully it likes the beer. Damn, that looks nasty. Okay, so when you see that the mushrooms are dissolved, not really dissolved, but they are mushy. Mushrooms are mushy. Now you can just put the meat back into the main pot. Ooh, like this. Very good. Now stir it around and maybe introduce some more liquid in it, because as you remember we put some mocha? Some flour. Yeah, we put some flour in it and this will thicken the sauce. So I'll just introduce, what's the measure? 2 glasses of water. A 2 glasses of water. And now this has to simmer for, I don't know, at least half an hour, but longer the better. So you can actually simmer it for 1 hour or maybe a bit more, but you need to put more liquid in it so it doesn't dry up. So that's the thing. I'll just leave it here and stir it every 10 to 15 minutes. That's the trick. So in the middle of the cooking, you start a live hangout with your patrons. So you have to go here and stir this thing so it doesn't burn. And you also have to do the hangout, and you have to go from one room to the other.
Nothing more.
And cooperate here.
But just for you guys, I'm planning another trip to Slovenia, more or less on May.
So the hangout is in full swing. This Polar Tactical beef stroganoff is finished. The only thing when it's this thick, you need to just dry it if it needs more salt, pepper or something like that. And you also need to make some macaroni or whatever pasta you want. And that's it.